Okay, number 51. What will the output of the following code be? X equals 1, y equals 2, z equals x, and all this beautiful stuff. I'm getting tired of this, just my brain is exhausted. Okay. Let's punch it in, and let's do the easy way first, because I'm tired, and see what it does. Prints 2 and 1. X, Y. So here's we assigned 1 to an X, assign 2 to y, and then we start to work with these numbers. So x is assigned to z, okay, which is x1. Now let's use Notepad. Where's my Notepad? Here. And let's copy this code again. Copy. Okay. X is 1, so now z is, we have, now z becomes 1, z becomes 1, x becomes 2, x becomes 2, and now since we last touched y, it's still 2, so z right here, so y becomes 1, y becomes 1, right? Then according to this new data, this x falls out, no more valid. We have new y here, so this y is no longer valid, so no more yz. So we shuffled the numbers, so we made z1, x2, and y1, and based on this current situation, we don't need z. You see right here, 2, and y equals 1. And that's why, and that is why we have right here 2 and 1. Shall we move to the next one? Yeah. I'll look at the explanation. Integer is an immutable data type. Immutable. That means it cannot change. The value gets copied from one variable to another. And the and, x and y, change their values. Duh. Thank you. Like I didn't see that. So here comes the tricky one. This one took me a little while to put this answer. I had to Google it, obviously. An operator able to check whether two values are not equal as coded as. No, I'm lying. I knew this. based on this statement. No, I didn't have to. Not equal to is coded. This is not equal to this. Even my son knows that. No, I didn't have to Google this. Sorry. I have to remove this from the video because I'm gonna embarrass myself if I don't forget that I didn't know what that means. Okay. Num checks are strong, contain only letters and digits, and this is a method. This one I also knew because if anything would be a function. First of all, in Python, it would be like have def in front of it, which would be like if we were to define a function or anything, it would be this with a colon. So in this situation, we only have this. It doesn't mean that, but we have the explanation that it says it does something. If something does something in any code, it's a function. It's a method. Okay? It could be confusing here because it sometimes functions are methods and methods are functions. I know that in C# that is true, and I think it's any object-oriented language it is true. But here we have checks if string contains only letters and digits. So that means this thing came from a module or somewhere, or this thing had been written as a function. And when we call this function, it is a method. It becomes method. That's how I understand it. Let's see what explaining. Oh, they don't have this either. They don't have any. They just say this is a string method, so they don't know for sure. Okay, so let's look at this. What they send us. Python 3 is a num method. So this is a method, and this method example characters are not alphabetic, space and all these characters, only alphabetic characters. So when you use to verify, you can use this method in Python to validate the data. So here's an example, a syntax string that it almost, if you miss a couple of letters, it looks like Islam. Is all num, is all num. Parameter values, no parameters, more examples. Is all num, x equals text, txt, that, whatever this does. Anyway, and my brain is exploding. Let's do number 54, error handling. What is the expected output for the following of the following code? So we have basically quotes and quotes, which is basically 7 times 7, print num, and it assigns to num in the memory location here in RAM. It creates this space, and what does it do? It seems like, well, now that we see the correct answer, it almost tempting to say that, oh, this is 49, because duh, 7 times 7 is 49. Even a 7-year-old or 8-year-old knows that. But if we really get to this and we run this code, it's going to give us an error. Can multiply sequence by non-integer of type string. Why it is a string? In Python, anything in a single quote becomes a string. If we remove this, it will give us 49. But by assigning this and it becomes green, immediately it converts to string. So I'm not going to waste more time on this. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, I'm going to let you see the explanation if you want. Blah, 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 blah. Here you go. Number 55. We're almost done. We're almost done. I'm going to copy this code into the clipboard just in case I need it for the Python. Okay. Here's a problem with num equals num plus 3 for some reason, but let's figure it out what they want from us. What is the expected out of the following code? The code is erroneous. Why is it erroneous? Let's read. Because technically, without punching it into the compiler, it's very difficult to see that. And I want to know. Let's see what they do in the explanation. A variable named shadows into a function. Variable name shadows into a function. It sounds like a beginning of the sci-fi movie. A variable name shadows into a function. In the galaxy of Alpha Centaurus, the bad forces are heading towards Earth, and Putin attacked Ukraine. Okay, I hope I don't include this in the video, but if I do, I mean, screw it. Putin attacked Ukraine anyway. Me saying that, I mean, just crosses my mind every second. It just happened last morning. But anyway, I'm not into politics today. Let's just get on with this Python thing. My yesterday's tea with lemon tastes actually pretty bittersweet because I put the lemon shells, or whatever you call pills, in there. Not like medical pills. I'm talking to lemon pills. My English sucks. Anyway, or you can assign a new value. Okay, you can use a variable named shadows into the function. Whatever that means, I don't know what shadows into a function really means. You can use it in an expression like func2. What's new? If you can assign a new value to it's like func3, but you cannot do both at the same time like func. Okay, I need explanation for this explanation, dude. Whoever you are, you're not. It's not enough to get my money back for this because I paid like $16 for this whole thing, but I give him the money, but explanation like this, I mean, you're like, come on. There is going to be a new variable num. Where? And you cannot use it in an expression before its first assignment. Let's look at the code because damn, this thing is so confusing. Num equals 1. We define a function. Num equals num plus 3. So what would this code do if we... Okay, so this thing will compile if we remove this line of code. And here we call function to print 1, print num. So just why does it print it twice? Why does it print it twice? I need help. I don't know. Let's just say that, let's agree to let's agree to just to understand that this line here, for some reason, we cannot assign this one to this one. It had been assigned inside the function. That's what I understand. Okay? Okay, hear me out. We cannot double assign a num inside the function because it has been already assigned. Let's do one more thing here. I'm sorry, guys. If we remove this code and we do this, will it still run? No, it's not. Local variable num before assignment. So, okay. So before assignment, it means we assign the value and then we run the function. We assign the value to this num function inside the function. That's impossible. That's not good. That's even better. That's even better than I had explanation before. So now, hey, I think I got it. Let's move on to the 56. The 56 explanation, we already read that. So 56 is pretty much the last thing we're going to do, almost the last thing, and then we have 57 and then we're done. This thing is very tricky. It's very tricky because I had this literally without punching this into the compiler. It's very difficult to guess this right. So we have 19th of November, the year 19, November 27. It doesn't comply with any, it just, you have to just kind of be able to read this. 2019, 11 converts it to, so basically this code here converts this whole thing into this right here. How does it do it? Well, I guess %y is going to convert 4 digits to 2 digits. Why? Because it's a lowercase y, I guess. Okay, and this uppercase B is going to convert this into November as the full string of characters in the word, like word, the full spell of November. And this here, date in the lowercase, will convert.
I have you this side.
I'm recording this.
Oh.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, so where was I? I took a little break here for a few hours. I was busy. I had to clean the kitchen. So so we have, this one is obvious. Okay, what problem is right here? Let's do something here. Where is when you, okay, I want to plug this code in and I want to figure it out what code does in the spider. Okay, okay, so let's run this code and see what happens. 19th November 20th. What if we change this B? I understand that B is, it doesn't make sense for a month, but it does because we use M here. What if we change it to a smaller? Nothing happens. But what if we change this to smaller b? Okay, smaller b will print 3-letter. What if we put capital Y? It's going to give us error. No. Oh, wow. It's going to print 1919. This is so cool. Let's do this. And let's do this so I can see better. Let's magnify this thing, the output, and see what it does. Wow, look at that. So B, we put X here, what's gonna happen? 19, 11, 27, 19, 27. What does this, what the hell? Okay, all right, and year would give us four digits, right? How about a number? What do we have to put in for the number? N. New line. This is so cool. Python is amazing. It takes everything. Whatever you put, like G. G prints 2019, 2019, 27. 27. Okay, day. What if we put capital D here? What's gonna happen? Okay, so this format is to full and if we put capital D here, it's gonna just print 11, 27, 19. Let's try this one. 11, 27, 19. Capital D just stands for the date. So if we need month, day, and the year, we need to, yeah, put lowercase d. It's gonna just print us just the date. This is weird, you know, because yeah, Python is crazy. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Oh, let's see what they have to say. Maybe they'll give us all the options. Oh, wow, look at that cheat sheet. A, B, oh, they have like, they didn't go cheap on me. They used all keyboard just to put something in there. Okay, guys, if you have nothing else to do, rather than watch some fun things, go ahead and read this, but I'm out of here. Wait a second, how did I? Nice website. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm back with the last question. Let's get it over with and let's move on to the next test. What is the expected output for the following code? Wow. Let's plug it in and see. Okay. 4. How nice. Guess what? 4 is the right answer. Ta-da! But why does it do it? We have to write this into my notepad. Okay, so what we got? We have a string. String. We have a list. We have a list within the list, and we have another list within that list. It's like a Russian matryoshka, Russian doll. Let's break it down. Let's take this thing here, strip it. Why would we have 3? Wow. There's another one. And there's another one. Okay, so we have this one. Wow. You know what? This is gonna give me a headache. Data. Data. So it's looking for this number 4. How does it do it? You know what? I'm gonna read the explanation here. I'm gonna read the explanation because I don't know. I'm just too lazy to go through this. Why would somebody write something like this? Really? Just to screw with me. That's it. This is the last question. They decided just to, this is the last question. Let's just give them a little bit of, just give them hard time. D, for D in DA. What is this? Where is this thing in the code? This function looks for the highest element. What is the highest element? What is the highest element? Function returns the value of the highest value or them with the highest value in an iterable if the values are strings and alphabetically comparison is done. Who writes these things? Is this proper English? If values are strings and alphabetically comparison is done. Gee. This is what happens when non-Americans get into technology. They know how to do it like dogs, but they cannot write anything. So like me. I can understand, but I cannot talk. Like a dog. The max function returns the item with the highest value. No, this is not what I want. Largest element in Python. This is what I want. Python program to find the largest number in the list. Largest number in the list. Is that our largest number in the list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 8 would be the largest number in the list. I don't get it. Looks for the highest element in a two-dimensional list or another iterable. It's a good thing it's not eatable. In the beginning, the first number, data, 0, 0, and 2 brackets, gets taken as possible result. In the inner for loop, every number is compared to the possible result in the for loop. For loop. Inner for loop. Oh, this for loop here. And here's the for da and for function, for da, for d. Yeah, this is deep. Inner loop, every number is compared to the possible result. So first they give us the possible result, and then everything is compared to the possible result. If one number is higher, it becomes the new possible result. And in the end, the result is the highest number. How can it be the highest number when it spits out 4? When we have a list inside the list, which contains 8. I have to stop the video here and leave you guys on your own, because without compiler I won't be able to do this. It's just above my pay grade.